Well, we now bring you some breaking news from the Indo-Pacific region, and the Philippines Armed Forces said on Tuesday that the US Navy Marine Expeditionary Ship Interdiction System is in the country and will be used in the upcoming annual joint military drills. More than 14,000 Philippine and US soldiers will be participating in the upcoming Balikatan shoulder-to-shoulder exercises, which will focus on enhancing maritime, territorial and coastal defences. The drills will start on April the 21st until May the 9th and will also include some soldiers from Australia and Japan. The drills will include integrated air and missile defence, counter-landing live exercises, maritime strike and humanitarian assistance. The annual joint exercises come amid an ongoing escalation between the Philippines and China over contested resource-rich islands in the South China Sea. We head now to North America, and Harvard University is pushing back against demands from the Trump administration, rejecting what it calls government overreach that would compromise its independence. The Trump administration has since frozen $2.3 billion in federal funding to the university. The move comes after the Education Department said it was reviewing a total of $9 billion in federal contracts and grants awarded to Harvard. According to analysts, the review is part of a broader crackdown by the administration, which says universities have failed to address rising anti-Semitism on campuses, especially after recent pro-Palestinian protests. A Department of Education task force on anti-Semitism accused Harvard of having a troubling entitlement mindset, suggesting the university expects federal funding without properly upholding civil rights laws. In yesterday's letter, Harvard President Alan Garber said the administration's demands would allow the government to control the Harvard community and threaten the university's role as a private institution. He said no government should decide what private universities teach, who they hire, or what they research. The White House defended the funding freeze, with spokesman Harrison Fields saying President Trump is working to make higher education great again by ensuring taxpayer money does not support what it calls racially motivated discrimination or violence. In response to the potential financial shortfall, Harvard is reportedly planning to borrow $750 million from Wall Street. We head now to the Middle East, and Egypt's top media official says there's been a positive turn in ceasefire hostage deal talks between Israel and Hamas as mediated discussions with Qatar continue. Hamas official says group likely to respond to Israel truce proposal within 48 hours. Meanwhile, Gaza's last fully operational hospital, Al Ali Arab, was destroyed in an Israeli strike. The IDF said the site was used by Hamas as a command centre. Footage showed flames and patients fleeing. One injured child died during the evacuation. The Episcopal Diocese of Jerusalem confirmed. Let's listen in to what some of the victims have had to say.
ولسه دوب روح ملوش 10 دقايق اجته حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل هالصاروخ وفتتهم كلياتهم. هو استشهد وابنه مالك استشهد ومرته صاوبت وبعده وبنته صاوبت وابنه الله يشفيه يا رب، راحت عينه وفي كسرين في رجله. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. ايش بقى يساوي؟ بقى يبيع متس شراب الثلج. ايش بقى يساوي؟ لا بقى يصنع صواريخ ولا بقى يصنع بواريد ولا شيء. وايش ذنب الطفل المالك هذا؟ عاش انولد في الحرب ومات في الحرب، ما شافش يوم حلو من حياته.
كل يوم مجازر، كل يوم شهداء، مش عقد ابني ولا عقد ابن ابني، كل يوم اطفال بكم. ايش ذنب النايم الطفل جنب ابوه؟ هاي
الطفل هذا انولد في الحرب؟
انولد في الحرب ومات في الحرب، سنه 4 شهور عمره. سنه 4 شهور عمره.
Well, the World Health Organization called the strike a violation of international law. UN Chief Antonio Guterres and UK officials echoed the condemnation, saying attacks on medical sites must stop. The hospital had been serving as a critical facility after destruction of other hospitals in Gaza. Over 50,000 people have died in Gaza since October the 7th, 2023, according to the Hamas-run health ministry. Meanwhile, Hamas are reportedly holding over 50 hostages, leading to the resumption of action by Israel last month. China is pushing